50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everybody to a brand new edition of the Dream Wage, episode 327. Today is November 1st, 2023. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock, and joining me, our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis Acosta. E, how you doing today, kid?
Dill, I'm doing great. We got an early start for you boys on this Wednesday evening, Dill. I'm ready to get it off. Let's go.
Let's go. We got a loaded show for you guys today. New power rankings. We'll recap Monday Night Football as the Lions take care of business. Thursday Night Football, short week for the rookie Tennessee Titans on the road taking on the Steelers for Thursday Night Football while it plays there. Little NBA. I got a couple props. Elvis will have plays for you as well. And then MLB, Hopefully they could extend it, but Rangers up 3-1 right now, looking to close it out. So we'll talk about Game 5 tonight as well. But before we get into the recap, Elvis, breaking news before we woke up around 2-3 in the morning, Mark Davis fired McDaniels and the GM. And to be honest, I like the GM move firing just because that Jimmy G contract was awful. So right now, the Raiders fired McDaniels and Gruden in 2021. They're now paying somewhere between $40 and $80 million for them not to coach the team. So it's a poor organization. Let's just say what it is. But there is some talent on that team, and now you got the ex-Giant Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach, and they're going against the Giants. So kind of crazy there. But what are your thoughts on him being fired, and are you surprised?
Dill, to be honest, at the end of the day, I'm a Patriots fan. I like Josh McDaniels. Nothing against him, Dill, but the writing was on the wall, you could say. Bad season last year, and then this season, I'm going to just say it's not going as to plan, Dill. And it makes sense firing both just because, like you said, Dill, the Jimmy G. Think about it. Jimmy G just got benched today. I think he got 3 years, $72 million. 50-50 hindsight, that's a horrible deal looking back today, people. So I can see why. And then Josh McDaniels, the offense is taking a step back from last season. You had Josh Jacobs, he did league in rushing. Devontae Adams had himself a great year.
He's frustrated.
Waller had himself a good season. Even Hunter Renfrow was putting up numbers last year.
What happened to Hunter Renfrow?
Dill, I just flatantly, I just feel like it's not the players, it's the offensive play calling, Dill. Yeah. We saw it take a dramatic step back. We've seen a fan favorite in Derek Carr get moved out the back. Remember, this guy was benched last season, like week 15. He didn't even finish the year as
they pushed him out of the building.
And he was a fan favorite. Say what you want to say about Derek Carr. We could honestly say Derek Carr the Raiders will have a better record if Derek Carr was a quarterback 100%. Right now. That's
Devontae Adams' best friend
since college, still college. So that's the main reason why you got Devontae. Devontae Adams didn't wake up one day like, yeah, I want to be a Raider. No, he wants to say, I want to reunite with my best friend, my college quarterback, in Derek Carr. Now he wants to get out of there. He didn't get moved, so I just feel like it's dysfunctional deal, and the moves are the right moves. It was time to let go.
Now, is this just a 1 year off for Bill O'Brien? Is he going to come back home? And I think this is another fair question to point, just the Belichick tree, just not good. They're all good coordinators. Joe Judge, you got
Flores,
Matt Patricia. They're all just not good head coaches,
I want to say good head coaches because Brian Flores did his thing. He was just sabotaged by the owner, but I can't justify it, though. Josh McDaniels is his second stint. We saw him how he looked.
He was already exactly. He was already a coach.
As the Broncos head coach didn't turn out. And remember, just I think 2019, 2018, he took the coach job and in the last second to turn it down. So that left a sour taste for that team as well. So I just feel like Josh McDaniels gonna find himself back in the Patriots, coaching realm, coaching staff sometimes next year, Dill, because it wasn't a good year for Josh McDaniels. Let's just say that.
8 coaches in the last 12 years since Mark Davis's father died. That's just unacceptable. All the great organizations in the NFL, you have stability up top. There's no stability in Las Vegas. My move, if I'm Mark Davis, don't be cheap. Go out and get Jim Harbaugh from Michigan. You got the cheating scandal over there. He was good in the NFL already. He went to a Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick. Go out and get him. He's the best coach on the market. He's always the last couple of years he's been flirting, with going to the NFL. I think this is the perfect opportunity. Go out the year and then go get yourself a quarterback because obviously Jimmy G isn't it. And you're right. I think they kind of did Derek Carr dirty. Everything that embodied being a Raider is what Derek Carr was. Now I guess the only true Raider on the team is Max Crosby, but it's just sad. I would go out and get Jim Harbaugh. Any opinion there, or where do you think they should go?
John Harbaugh makes sense. I will say give Eric Bieniemy, a call. We saw how Sam Howell say what you want about the team, but Sam Howell, he had a couple impressive games this season. We just saw him throw for like 380 against the Philadelphia Eagles with like 3 tutties. So, I feel like Eric Bieniemy, a good head coach for the team. Like you said, John Harbaugh, and then maybe Steve Wilkes, the DC and 49ers. Honestly, the past 3 weeks were rough, but we saw how good he ended the last 5-6 games last season. And the Carolina had them, contention live for the division late in the season. I think he'll be a nice addition as well, Dill. That's just some names from the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's a lot to pick from, but I think from the top, I'll say Eric Bieniemy and John Harbaugh.
We'll see what happens there, but as for Monday's game, that was his last game as a Raider. They wind up losing, and they lost by 12 points, 26-14. Game goes under, and we do get the cover here with the Lions. But to be honest, if you looked at the box score, like I guess just comparing team stats, the game shouldn't have been close at all. They should have won by 30, to be honest. 486 total yards to 150. I mean, they were 1 for 9 on third down, looking like the Jets and the Giants out there. It was just a bad all around. Jimmy G didn't look good. Josh Jacobs, he had that one nice play, but other than that, he was also their leading receiver with 27 yards. I mean, it was just bad. I guess speak about what you see from the Ravens. And Amar St. Brown, he had a good game, but and Josh Gibbs, shout out him. He finally had a good game for us in fantasy.
Dale, with the Raiders side, there was just a pitiful performance, from Jimmy G, the offense. Like as you said, just 126 passing yards in the game. That's horrendous. So you can't do that. And then, those 2 overthrown balls to Devontae Adams. Still, if he hits those throws, there's a small chance the Raiders walk out of this game as victories, with a win, So I think, Jimmy G hits those 2 throws. He's about, 260, around 260 passing yards. Devontae Adams would have had himself a game. Like you said, Josh Jacobs led the team in receiving yards. That's even Jacoby Myers, Hunter Herfro. Like, bro, you got to find a way to get the ball towards them. Yeah. Those are your true wide receivers. I understand Josh Jacobs, but at the end of the day, you got to get the ball to your playmakers. Devontae Adams one ball. Jacoby Myers 1 ball. Like you're not gonna do nothing with that. And then Hunter Renfrow 2 catches. Like, come on now. Jimmy G, you got to be better. I can see why you got benched. And then with the Lions, we knew they were due back to, explode, but in the first half, especially in the first quarter, this offense wasn't able to cash in the red zone. So it was a little concerning to me, the fact that the first 3 trips ended in field goals in the red zone, and then they started to cash in with the turnovers still. But give the defense credit for putting them in good field positions. Like you said, Jahmyr Gibbs had himself a fucking day. And then, like you said, I just feel like the Lions left about, at least 2 touchdowns on the board. They should have easily scored 40 points, and they didn't.
Yeah, and it goes back to what you were saying, the red zone. That's the one thing I guess we could – besides that one bad pick six, they gifted him. Jared Goff, that was an awful decision. Yeah, I think he's been playing good, but Marcus Peters is a legend in the league. He knows what you're going to do, and that was just a poor throw. So besides that one intercept by the pick six that you gifted him 7 points, you were 1 for 5 in the red zone. It might have been, they might be a worse red. I texted you during the game. I was like, this might be one of the pitiful red zone performances by the Lions. They should have 40 on this team easily. It should be like 40-7. But The Raiders are so bad, we still covered it. So I did go 1-1. Like you said, Jacoby Myers only one catch. So I go 1-1 on the night. Altogether, 7-5-1 here for week 8. Elvis, how was your overall week?
Dog, I ended up going 1-0 on Monday night, and then for the week we 7-6-1. Dill, back in the green for the first time in like 3-4 weeks. So glad about that, Dill.
Yeah, those push. Did you push with the Jets or who did you
Yeah.
make? Yeah, me too.
I pushed with the Browns, the +4. I ended up catching. Yeah, that was my push. So 7-6-1, my only push of the season. So hopefully that's the last one as well.
Yeah,
you know?
Hopefully. Elvis, let's get to our power rankings. Week 9. We're definitely over a quarter way. Trade deadline come and went. Jets didn't do anything. There were some buyers, there were some sellers. So I think around now we kind of know how if the team is really who they say they are. So let's start with number 1. I'll let you lead the dance off. What do you got?
Dill, we got a new number 1. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1. Dill, I can't deny it. They're 7-1 as of right now. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, that connection seems like it's getting better and better week in and week out. Dill, it's surprisingly 6 weeks straight. The Dill, what was concerning the defense, now they're finally getting healthy. Eagles are the best team in football.
Yeah, Eagles number 1 for me, like you said, 7-1. I think Jalen Hurts is playing a little hurt, but he just had one of his best completion percentage games. He completed 76% against the Redskins. So, yeah, they made a trade getting the safety to clean up their secondary a little. They're getting healthier. I wish they went back to running the ball a little more, but I still think they're a very good team. They're best team in football right now, 7-1. So, yeah, I got Eagles at 1 as well.
Dill, number 2, I'm not going to drop them too much off after a bad loss. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at number 2, Dill. I'm not going to take much away. I still think they're very dominant. Patrick Mahomes, so what, playing with a flu. So I'm not going to take them off a lot, Dill. But then they still lost to I'm going to say a below-average Broncos team. Let's just say that, Dill. The Chiefs, offensively, I'm not worried about. Defensively, that's been the key, Dill. The defense has been a top 10 defense all season long. Their offense was just hiccup for the first time all season, Dill. So I'm not going to discredit them too much. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at number 2.
Yeah, at 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs as well. 6-2 on the year. It was his flu game. I mean, he didn't go like crazy like Jordan, but
it ain't his flu game. He just had the flu.
Jordan
still performed with the virus now, with the stomach.
It probably was his worst game of like statistical of the season. Patrick Mahomes is tied for the league lead with 8 interceptions, so he's on pace to throw 17. That'd be his worst of his career, which he ended in with 13. So I think he'll be fine. I just dropped him 1. Defense is still playing really good. Hopefully Taylor Swift, the tour could end so she could come back because Travis Kelce looked a little lost. I don't like I don't like the fact that people made a story that he went to the World Series game too. Like, people are making it a big thing. Who cares? Like, it was a Friday night and he's a tight end. Like, he's a Hall of Famer. It doesn't.
I guarantee somebody on the team did much worse on a Friday night.
Exactly.
Guarantee. Trust me, bro.
And he's not like you and me, where we're waiting for check-in at American Airlines. He has private jets where he's going in and out. He'll be home in a few hours. So I just don't like it. I just saw a lot of people make a big deal about it. But yeah, nonetheless, Chiefs, I wouldn't worry too much. I think once Patrick Mahomes gets healthy, he'll be all right. So yeah, Kansas City Chiefs at 2.
Dill, at number 3, give me the Baltimore Ravens at number 3, Dill. I know that they didn't cover against the Arizona Cardinals, Dill, but it don't matter. Dill, this team on both sides of the ball has been very impressive. Lamar, I think he's having his high completion percentage of his career thus far, even better than his MVP season. The defense, Dill, those 2 linebackers with Smith and Queen, two top 10 linebackers, Dill. That defense is special. Lamar is being special. They'll give me the Ravens at number 3.
Yeah, I agree. Ravens at 3 for me as well. 6-2. He's definitely living up to that contract. I don't know. Everyone was making questions about that too. The media just loves to say shit. They were like, "Oh, was he worth the money?" In his first season with Todd Monken, the new OC, Jackson is the most accurate that he's ever been. He's completing 71% of his passes. That's 3rd best in the NFL. So still dangerous with his legs. You got a top 5 defense as well. They're getting healthier. I love their running back game, and I wouldn't worry too much about OBJ being a diva. I think they'll be fine. They still in first place too in that tough AFC North. So yeah, I got the Ravens at 3.
Still at number 4. How about them Cowboys? I had to move them up just a little bit there after that dominant performance. I understand it's just the Rams, people, but the fact that you put 40 up after your bye week, well prepared, well coached, that shows me something. It shows me that they're for real. They mean business. That defense, another pick 6. The defense is going to show up and show out. And then Dak, that's the key. Can Dak be elite? Can he be a top 10 quarterback consistently? That's the major question, Dill. But right now, give me the Cowboys at number 4.
Yeah, at number 4 for me. Didn't move them just because I'll say this now. Cowboys are 5, and the reason I put the Dolphins at 4 is because I think offensively, Miami would, in a shootout, Miami would be well equipped to beat them. I think this is a prove it week though for me. I think this game means more to the Dolphins than it does to the Chiefs. We'll see what they are, but Tua, he's been one of the best this year. He leads the league in passing yards, passing touchdowns. He's on pace to throw over 5,000 yards. So I just think that offense is so good. The defense, it's questionable. Look good, Jalen Ramsey getting back there last week, had a pick as well, but not going to take too much away from that Patriots win. I still want to see them win a good game, beat a good team. So if they win this week in Germany, I think I could move them up. But yeah, the reason I put them 4 and the Cowboys 5, I thought it was an impressive win for the Cowboys. Look good, but I just think they don't have the firepower to match the Dolphins if it became a shootout. So I think Miami's just slightly better than the Dolphins, or than the Cowboys, excuse me.
Still, at number 5, give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, to be honest, wasn't a great win, Dill, but the fact that they were able to beat the Steelers on the road was impressive on its own, Dill. Trevor Lawrence didn't have a major day, but he made some plays when he needed to. Travis Etienne showing that, hey, he might be a top 5 running back, Dill. Then the defense, Dill, Josh Allen in that front, Dill, they're coming. They're playing. They're showing out, Dill. And that was the most impressive thing throughout the day. It was the Jacksonville's defense. So, with that being said, I got him at number 5 as we speak. Give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, like I said, 5 is the Cowboys for me. I'll start 6. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 6. Good win. Might be sloppy, but like I said, the defense is playing really good this year. So love that. I love Travis Etienne. He's doing really good. Trevor Lawrence's stats aren't really over impressive, but he's playing consistent football. I will say that. So I think he's had a passer rating of at least 90 or better in the past 5 games. That's a career high streak. So he's taking care of the football. He's still making good time throws. He's spreading the ball out, and he has a lot of weapons on that offense. I think Dougie Peterson and the boys got him going. So 5-0 in the month of October. They're only going up from here. Give me the Jaguars at number 6.
Dill, these next few, Dill, are like close. These are close. And to be honest, I was like, you know what? These 3 teams got to prove it to me, Dill. They got to prove it moving forward. At number 6, Dill, give me the Detroit Lions at number 6. I like Jared Goff. I like the explosionness from Jahmyr Gibbs. I remember a few weeks back, he was like, I don't know, this team without David Montgomery doesn't look the same. Now Jahmyr Gibbs is bringing that energy back with the running game, Dill. Now they look how explosive they look, Dill. Defense been playing great all season long, Dill, besides that Ravens game. Dill, when David Montgomery comes back and they have a 2-headed monster, if Gibbs could keep it up and Montgomery just plays how he was playing in the first few weeks of the season, the Lions team going to be in serious contendership late in the season. They'll give me the Detroit Lions at number 6.
At number 7 for me, give me the San Francisco 49ers. Not really going to worry too much about this team. I think they're hurt right now. I think a lot of teams are catching them at the right time. Brock Purdy still doesn't look right. His awareness and sharpness, still think maybe he's dealing with that concussion a little bit, because some of the throws that he was getting picked off, he wasn't making those decisions, especially some of those reads earlier on when he was healthy. So Debo's hurt. Trent Williams is banged up as well. Christian McCaffrey does. And that defense. The defense needs a break as well. So I think they're going into the bye this week. They're going to get healthy. I still think this is a top 2, top 3 team in the NFC. I'm not going to worry too much about the San Francisco 49ers. I got them at 7.
Still, at number 7, give me the Miami Dolphins. Just to echo everything you said, I can't front. Tua's top 3 in passing in the NFL. He'll be number 2 soon because Kirk Cousins is 2 right now. He's done for the year. Had a great surgery, by the way. Shout out Kirk Cousins. And Dill, like you said, that offense, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, it's special. The running game with Mostert, my boy Devon Achane, he will be coming back as well. Dill, like you said, the defense starting to get healthy. Jalen Ramsey finally returns, Dill. I'm with you, Dill. It's just this Miami team beats the teams they're supposed to beat. And then when these very good teams like the Buffalo, like the Phillies, they get beat by double digits. So I'm with you, Dill. This week is a proven week. I'm not saying it's a must win, but you just can't lose by double digits in Germany this week, though. Give me, like I said, though, these 3 teams are very nip and tuck. I fought placing them here, but Dill, give me the Dolphins at number 7.
Yeah, at number 8 for me. Yeah, and that also, to your point, I think it's a little too early to throw out must wins. We're not there yet,
it's not a must win. Like if they lose by 3 Sunday, I think that's
you just got to be competitive.
Yeah,
you just got to be competitive.
If they lose by 3, or like let's just say Butler hits a game-winning field goal, that's a great moral win.
Moral win, yeah, good spin zone. It is though. 8 for me. I have the Detroit Lions 6-2, like you said. Look what happens when you start putting talent around Jared Goff, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs. I like what this team is doing offensively. He's having a good year. He only has 5 picks. Should only have 4, to be honest. That Marcus Peters one still bugs me, but
he's a ball hawk, man. He's a ball hawk.
I know he's a legend too. I like Marcus Peters. So defense playing well. They had a nice bounce back week after just getting their ass kicked on the road in Baltimore. Good bounce back win. They're taking care of things up in the NFC North, especially now with Kirk Cousins going out. I think they're the best team in that division by far. Give me the Detroit Lions at number 8.
Dill, number 8. This team much needed. Perfect bye week. Dill, give me the 49ers. Dill, I think the main reason why this team lost 3 straight is, like you said, they're riddled with injuries right now. Deebo Samuel, arguably the best offensive weapon. He's been out past 2 weeks. Trent Williams, arguably the best left tackle in all of football. He's been out. So I just feel like, they just got to get a little healthier. Like you said, Brock Purdy, probably battling the concussion a little bit. I just feel like coming off the bye week, this team we're going to see the team we saw the first 5 weeks of the season. That's the team we're going to see coming off the bye week. And let's not forget, though, they did get better. They got Randy Gregory. They got Chase Young for a 3rd-round pick, though. So this defensive front is going to be a little better off from that bye week, though. Give me the San Francisco 49ers at number 8.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think they were definitely the winners of the deadline, getting Chase Young. Not a busy trade deadline, surprisingly.
No, really, no superstar name. You could say arguably to me the biggest trade was honestly it was the Kevin Bard with the Phillies getting the safety deal. I feel like he's gonna be a bigger.
I think it went a little under the radar just because it was in the middle of the week compared to, it was the 49ers. They got another edge rush.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think Bard will make more plays than Chase Young will. At the end of the day.
And there's a lot of mouths to feed on that D-line, but I think the star name got attention, and it was on the deadline day, so it definitely got more attention. For number 9 for me, give me the Seattle Seahawks, 5-2, first place in the NFC West. Geno Smith, they've kind of really turned things around and really leaned on that defense. Jamal Adams, he's playing better too. DK's been kind of banged up and inconsistent this season, but the one thing I'd worry, and I say it every time when I talk about the Seahawks, is their red zone offense. If they could get better in that red zone like they were last week, converting on all of their red zone drives, then they're going to be a hard team to beat because they have the pieces. They just need to put it all together, and that's what a good team does. We'll see if they are a good team. 5-2, let's see if they hold on to the division, but I got the Seahawks at number 9.
Dill. Give me the Seahawks at number 9. The first place Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith. Dill, offense is healthy. DK Metcalf returned. Tyler Lockett had himself a huge game. the rookie Smith Enigma had himself he had the game-winning touchdown. So I just feel like the defense with the two young corners, if they could come around, Bobby Wagner and all of them, this defense could possibly make some noise come late in the season, Dill. It's just can Geno Smith and, like you said, that red zone offense be consistent and put up points on the board, Dill. To me, they left some hanging against Cleveland, and that's why I got the push, Dill. Give me the Seattle Seahawks at number 9.
Yeah, and at number 10, rounding out our top 10, give me the Buffalo Bills, 5-3. They get the big win on Thursday night against the Buccaneers. It's been kind of hit or miss, I guess, with Josh Allen in this offense. I think they are hurting on defense, which is why they slipped up a few of those games. They really didn't look like the same. But then some games they come out and they look like one of the best teams in the AFC. So it's very frustrating, but I do think they will be able to put it together. I do like Sean McDermott, but like we discussed in preseason, if they don't put it together this year or make a big run, he's either going to be already on the hot seat or very close to it. So I like the Buffalo Bills. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think Josh Allen is actually playing really good. He leads the league in completion percentage at 72%, so he's very accurate. He's 4th in passing yards, 3rd in touchdowns. So he's playing like an MVP level. You just see some days he goes away from Stephon Diggs, and you just wonder, like, why? Like, why? If you have Stephon Diggs, you got to be throwing him the ball, and you can kind of see his frustration as well. And there's a lot of drives that they kind of stall out. For as much talent as they have, it's kind of frustrating to watch sometimes or bet on. But they are a talented team, and I have to put them at 10. So I got the Buffalo Bills rounding out my top 10.
Dill, at number 10, give me a new number 10. Dill, give me the Cincinnati Bengals at number 10. Dill, I saw him play well. Joe Burrow looks healthy, Dill. That's the key. Joe Burrow looks healthy. Defense, middle of the pack, Dill. Joe Mixon running the ball as well. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd are healthy going into this big week, Dill. And the main reason why I put them in over the Bills, Dill, I think they win this week matchup to look ahead. I think the Bengals are just, right now, a little better as a team overall. I think this defense from Buffalo is missing Manalo. I think they just got to figure that out. These upcoming weeks, Von Miller doesn't really have his legs back. I think he'll look better 4 weeks from now than he does right now. They're right neck and neck, Dill, but I had to put the Cincinnati Bengals at number 10.
I think the biggest I put the Bengals at 11 for me. I think the biggest disparity between the two rankings is I have the Dolphins at 4 and you have them at 8, right? Or 7? 7, yeah. I think that's the biggest drop off. But started strong. First 3 were kind of the same. And then we had maybe the 49ers and the Jags the same. But yeah, very interesting. I think there's a lot of moving parts, and we'll see. I guess besides the 49ers who are on a bye, everyone is in action. So we'll see. Like you said, Bengals, they're playing Cincinnati. You got the Eagles against the Cowboys. Like, that's a very good matchup. We'll see how the Cowboys last on the road. Baltimore, Seattle. There are a couple of good games here this week that not to prove it. Like, we know we got the Germany game as well, Miami, Kansas City. So there are definitely some top 10 matchup this week 9 in the NFL. But Elvis, thank you for that. Before we get to Thursday Night Football, quick read from our sponsor today. We are brought to you by Viva Tequila Seltzer, most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick. Just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry on a Thursday afternoon watching Titans versus Steelers, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with the Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, Elvis, let's get to it. Thursday night, it's always going to be Heinz Field, by the way, to me. I don't even know the new name to it, but we'll just call it Heinz Field. Tennessee Titans, led by rookie Will Levis. He gets the start. on a short week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers and probably Mitchell Trubisky. We don't know if Kenny Pickett is cleared yet. Right now, Steelers laying 2.5 at home, minus 144 on the money line, plus 122 for the Tennessee Titans, over under at 36.5. Elvis, what do you got? We'll start here with the side.
Dale, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers on the money line, Dale. I want to lay the 2.5. If you're confident, lay the 2.5 by all means. But I'll lean the minus 2.5, Dale. But I ended up playing safe to Pittsburgh on the money line. Like you said, the question is it going to be Pickett or is it going to be Trubisky? For some reason, I'm more confident with Pickett than Trubisky, and I don't think that's a great thing, Dale. You know, and I know we saw Will Levis have, fucking debut of a lifetime. He's gonna regret still. You asking a rookie who just made his first career start, turn around in just 3 days, and go to Pittsburgh against Mike Tomlin in that defense. I think it's a tough task still. I think we're gonna be asked. The Titans are asking too much from Will Levis to not one come in, is throw for 4 touchdowns and pull off a victory against the Falcons. No. But to come back, I'm laughing, and go do it against Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Boy, you must be out your goddamn mind. I'm going to lean the minus 2.5. Give me Pittsburgh on the money line, Dale. Let's just be frank. Will Levis ain't going to do it back to back. If he does, we're going to have a different conversation come Saturday show, Dale. But I'm telling you right now, people, it's like Bill Belichick. Rookie's not going to have a success against Bill in New England. A rookie's not going to have success against Mike Tomlin in fucking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't have a play here on this side. I honestly would lean Tennessee. I just can't back Pittsburgh.
What?
I can't back Pittsburgh as a favorite. I'd rather back Vrabel as a dog. And I agree. I think Will Levis will eventually regress. I just don't think this is the game. I think he could have a good game against this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Minkah Fitzpatrick is out. Levi Wallace, their best corner, he's out as well with a foot injury. So they're kind of depleted on the defense, and you could throw on this Steelers defense. Look what Jacksonville did last week. No play.
It wasn't much, but yeah.
I would lean Tennessee here. I think Will Levis has a good connection with D-Hop. So I would take the 2.5. Honestly, I think this is a good teaser spot. If you like the Tennessee Titans, get them up to 8.5. I don't see, even if Pittsburgh does sneak out a win, I could see it maybe being by a field goal. So if you do like the Steelers, maybe get it now before it does get to 3. But yeah, I just don't trust it. I'm not a big Mitch Trubisky guy, and Kenny Pickett, he has that rib injury. That loss to the secondary, that hurts them as well. So I just think they're riding too high. I think just the Tennessee Titans might be catching the Steelers at a good time. So, yeah, I would lean Tennessee. As for the total, though, low total, 36.5. Any play or any lean here on the side or the total, excuse me?
Still, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to lean the over, though, at 36.5 points, still. It's just too low. The upside is there. We just seen Will Levis throw for 4 tutties. We just seen it. It's not like he went out there and, had 3 picks, 150 yards. No, he had himself a fucking day, Dale. So he's definitely has a threat to put up points. He got fucking Derrick Henry on the backfield, Dale. So, yes. Do I think some points could possibly get scored on this defense? Absolutely. I just feel like the kid will turn the ball over once or twice and, Pittsburgh wins the game. That's all. But definitely will be some points scored. We've seen that if Kenny Pickett goes. We saw him in that George Pickett's connection getting better and better throughout the weeks, though. And not for none, I think Mitchell Trubisky in this offense can still put up points offensively, just not as much as they would with Pickett. That's all.
Yeah. As for me, this is my first official play. Give me Tennessee Titans team total over 16.5. This is the same team total the Titans had last week, and I'm kind of shocked the books kept it the same after exploding, like you said, for 4 tutties against, I think, maybe a better defense in Atlanta. I think last week the Jaguars, the Steelers gave up nearly 300 passing yards, 7.7 yards per attempt. Like I said, they lost Minkah Fitzpatrick, Levi Wallace. He's out as well with the foot. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Pittsburgh's offense is going to be any better with Mitchell Trubisky under center, excuse me. But even if they do, Will Levis, D-Hop, they showed the good chemistry last week on the long ball. He's actually airing the ball downfield like Tannehill was not doing for some reason. And he had the highest average in 10 yards per rate last week, week 8 with D-Hop. So he's just airing it out. I got to hammer this over because I do think they score at least 3 touchdowns here on the Steelers. That's why I kind of would lean them, to be honest. I just think offensively, Tennessee Titans are going to be able to put up more points here. And I think this defense, you could throw on this Steelers defense. Maybe you can't run, but I think you could pass on them right now, especially with their banged up secondary. So I feel like this is a generous number, 16 and a half. That's going to be my first official play. Tennessee Titans team total over. Speaking of player props, I mentioned D-Hop, Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe you want to look at another one. Any player props you like?
Dill, like I said, Dill, I just feel like they're gonna ease Will Levis into it, and I feel like they're gonna not force the ball, but I think they're gonna run the ball with Derrick Henry, establish the run, and then work off that play action, open up the middle a little bit for the kid, make it simpler for him, open up the middle of the field. You know how you do that, Dill? You establish the run with Derrick Henry. So I feel like they're just gonna run the ball with Derrick, make it easier on Will Levis. Make timely throws, put him in best position to possibly sneak one out and win the game, Dill. So give me Derrick Henry over 71 and a half rushing yards, Dill. Like you said, I think this defense has some holes in it. I know the front is elite, but like you said, it could be had. So I think Derrick Henry, he has a chance to get this in just one rush attempt. He's always liable to bust one, people. So give me Derrick Henry over 71 and a half rushing yards. I think this number is too short with a rookie making his second career start.
Yeah, for me, one player prop, second official play. I'm going to go D-Hop over 52 and a half receiving yards. It's just too low. I feel like it should be around 65, 70. He accounted for 54% of the team's receiving yards last week with Will Levis. I got to lock in the over, I maybe even hit his alternate overs as well. Without Fitzpatrick and Wallace, like I said, the secondary's beat up. There's no one that could guard D-Hop. We saw him last week. He still has it. I think Tannehill was the one holding him back. I think Will Levis is just going to let it loose. I don't really think he has that much to lose. This team is riding with them, and D-Hop's going to be like, give me the ball. So over 52 and a half yards is my second official play for D-Hop. Elvis, good luck. Let's start the week strong as well. We'll try to get back-to-back winning weeks here in the NFL. But we got a loaded slate. Let's transition to the association. You guys got the win the other night, 1-2. Good call. How have you been doing in the NBA over the weekend?
Over the weekend, we're all right, Dill. Last 7 days, 14-12. So we're all right. Not great, but we're in the green. So that's all that matters.
What is your first play today? You got a lot, huh?
Not a lot, but we definitely got some plays. We got a total of 7, Dill. Let's start at 7 p.m. start, Dill. Milwaukee Bucks taking on Toronto Raptors, Dill. Give me the Milwaukee Bucks minus 5.5 on the road. As of right now, they dropped to 4.5, 5. So shop around. If you could get the 4.5, people, I'll love it. Damian Lillard has been underperforming these past few games. He played pretty good against Miami. Had a 6-point game the other day. I feel like he's going to come out and show out. I think the Bucks win by double digits, Dill. Give me the Bucks minus 5.5 on the road. Detroit at home versus the Portland Trailblazers, Dill. I ended up playing safe with this one. I just feel like Detroit is a better team, so I ended up just taking them on the money line. I feel like they win a close one, minus 166. By all means, people, if you want, add them to a parlay. I think Detroit just sniffs us out at home. Shout out Coach Monty. And then, Dill, in New York, your New York Knicks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We've seen the New York Knicks beat this team, I think, by 18, 19 points last night in Cleveland. They both traveled to New York, probably 3-hour, 2-hour plane ride to New York to play matchup once again tonight. Dill, I think Cleveland not going to let New York Knicks beat them up twice back-to-back nights. I think they cover, and I'm going to be honest, I think we got to sprinkle something on the plus 198 money line. If you could find the 200 out there, by all means, but I think Cleveland either lose a close one or sneaks one out in New York. Give me Cleveland Cavs plus 6.5. Dill, next game in Miami. They'll give me the Brooklyn Nets plus 6.5, wherever you can find it, people. I just feel like, Miami's 1-3 or we're 1-2. We're kind of even. Miami, at the end of it, we know what Miami's about. We know how Jimmy Butler rocks. We're not going to get playoff Jimmy, so don't expect an amazing performance from him. It's just, can we overall as a team slow down Miami, put up some points on the board? That's going to be the key. Still, give me Cam Thomas over 25.5 points. Cam Thomas is averaging 33 points a game, people. 4th in the NBA. Number 1 is Luka at 39. Number 2 is Donovan Mitchell, I think, at 35. And then Steph Curry is right there around 33, 34 as well. Those top 3, my boy Cam Thomas at number 4. Give me him over 25.5. If it's under 30, people smash the over. 8 o'clock start there. I think this is going to be a good, fun game to watch there. If you can, definitely have a TV on it. I know you got multiple. Denver Nuggets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Relax.
Denver Nuggets taking off the Minnesota Timberwolves. I ended up dropping -3.5. As of right now, they're -2. Give me Denver -3.5, -2 on the road. I just feel like
the other way.
I have no idea. Dude. I really don't. Even injuries, everybody's gonna play for Denver. So, hey, maybe it's just
we have had load management issues recently.
Yeah, but Denver's not like that. Denver's not like that. They're in a different level right now. I think the only undefeated team in the NBA, 4-0. I think they make it 5-0 with the cover. Give me Denver -3, -2 on the road. And then, Dill, my last play of the night, Dill. Give me the team in the basement. Give me the Los Angeles Clippers +5 on the road. Well, at the crib. They're both home teams, but it's going to be Los Angeles, floor, and, they're going to have their signs out and whatever. Yeah, I just think the Clippers, I'm not sure James Harden and PJ is going to play tonight. To be honest, it don't matter. Dill, do you know what the LeBron record is against the Clippers as a Laker?
Probably not good.
I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, 1-7. I'm pretty sure it's 1-7. The one win, Dill, guess where? In the bubble, people. So I think they might have won one game last year, but I think that's without Kawhi and Paul George. But with Kawhi on the floor, he's 1-7 as a Laker. Dill.
So I just looked it up. LeBron James is 3-11 with the Lakers versus the Clippers. Now I don't know what's the record without Paul George or with him, but
I'm pretty sure he's 1-7 against Kawhi. Lakers
straight
Clippers.
Up, he's only 3-11. So they have definitely owned him and the Crip. So
Clippers, just like you said, Dylan just gave you that record, people. LeBron is 3-11 against the same Clippers team since he's been in the Los Angeles Lakers. And you tell me he's a 5-point favorite? Yeah, okay. Give me the Clippers +5, +4.5, whatever you get it at.
I do want to say, you mentioned Clippers, mentioned some teams I wanted to talk about. Trade, obviously James Harden went the haul for him. I mean, it doesn't really move the needle for me. James Harden did say he will make his debut Monday against the Knicks. Perfect for us.
Wow. In the Garden?
Yeah.
Oh,
it would be
nice.
It's nice. Like, they got all dogs, but I don't know if you saw the video, but it seems like Russell Westbrook, and James Harden still don't really get along, which is kind of funny. And there's just like so many mouths to feed. This is like, I texted you this. I was like, this would be a banging trade if it was like 2017, but it's not. So we'll see. I mean, I'll give him this. We always give him shit, or at least I always give James Harden shit for being like, oh, he doesn't have leverage. He doesn't have. But he always gets traded to where he wants to go. So I'll give him that. He calls the GM a liar, and he still gets his way. So he's the GOAT at that. I'll give him that. He's the best at doing that. So that's my real quick thoughts. If you want to say your thoughts on the trade, I do like it. I think they get some depth. Philadelphia, they got some dogs. Marcus Morris, I think he's a good guy. And they also got Mann, right? From this. Yeah, Terrence Mann, a guy that they said in the offseason is untouchable. But I guess they touched him all right. But what are your thoughts real quick before? Because I got three plays.
Dill, to be honest, do I love it? No, but at the end of the day, did the Clippers get better? Absolutely, the Clippers get better. Did the 76ers get better? from what they were opening day, absolutely the 76ers got better than what they were at opening day. So
Yeah.
I must say the Clippers muscled the 76ers. They flat out won this trade just because come trade deadline, guess what, Dill? One of these pieces could easily be expandable, possibly even two in Russ and James Harden. So if things
Oh,
don't
you
go,
think the Clippers won the trade?
yeah, I think the Clippers won the
Oh,
trade.
wow.
Dill.
I actually think the 76ers won.
No, I think the Clippers won the trade. This is why. Come trade deadline, let's just say things they're looking good, but something's not clicking. I think they could possibly they could be live again in the trade deadline. Maybe moving Russ, maybe moving James Harden, or some of these other pieces. Still, trust me, though, I think they're live. So I like it. Do I think it's gonna lead to a championship? Probably not, Dill, but it adds depth as a ball handler and Russ and James Harden. I think that's gonna work. Either one, Kawhi, Paul George bringing up the ball a lot. They could focus more just scoring offensively, off the ball, and defense still. Like I said, I think the Clippers won the trade, but long term, maybe the 76ers win it. But as of right now, till the trade deadline, I think the Clippers win the trade.
I guess just because of the star power of James Harden, but I think they really didn't need him. The first week look at Tyrese Maxey. He got the player of the if the season ended today, he'd be the MVP of the league. He got player of the week. Like, he's been that good on the 76ers. So maybe they're looking at it like, hey,
no, he's good.
We're going to build around this guy and the ex-MVP. That's a discussion for another day with Embiid. But I thought they got some bullies. I think they got some depth. And I think they got better as well. And granted, I agree to your point. I don't think either one of them are championship team right now. But we'll see. And maybe I never even thought of it like, hey, maybe there's a trading piece for this Clippers if things really don't work out come the deadline. But yeah, it was very interesting, I thought. And I really didn't think he would get his way this early. But yeah, James Harden is a Los Angeles Clipper right now. So we'll see. Let's go to that Milwaukee game for my first play. I'm going to take Pascal Siakam under 25.5 points and assists. He's been under this in all 4 games this season. To be honest, just Dennis Schroeder and Scotty Barnes has really, with the new offense, they've really upped their volume. So he's taken 17% less of his shots. It's a small sample size. It's only 4 games, but I just think he has a bad matchup with Giannis today, where he only had 20 points last time he matched up with him. So I think he has a bad matchup. And to be honest, he just isn't getting the volume that he used to last season. So Scotty Barnes and Dennis Schroeder's getting most of it. So yeah, my first play is going to be Pascal Siakam under 25.5 points and assists. And my second one is going to be a rebound prop. And it's going to be Lauri Markkanen over 8.5 rebounds at -128. He's just been dominating the boards. He's gone over this in 3 of his 4 games. He's gotten 10, 12. He had that one-off game in Phoenix. He only had 3 boards. And then 14 boards in his last game against Denver. So, he's great at home. He's cleared, dating back to last season, at home. He cleared this 11 of his last 15 home games. So, Memphis, they're 0-4. I just think he has a great matchup. I don't really think anybody big could really out-rebound him. So I like Lauri Markkanen over 8.5 rebounds for my second play. And then for my third play, another rebound prop. I'm going to go Domantas Sabonis over 12.5 rebounds here as well. This is another rebound prop that he has a good matchup and he's just been dominating. I mean, we go back to it. How many times have we seen him clear this? We just got to continue to run it back. Unless they're putting 10.5, he's just been dominating against the Warriors during the regular season, during the postseason. He had a good matchup. He recorded 14, 22, and 18 boards in the 4 regular season matchups against Golden State. In the postseason, in his 2 seasons with the Kings, he's averaging 13.5 rebounds against the Warriors. So I just think this is a good matchup for him. Anytime it's around this number, you got to hammer. He's a 14 to 15 point board machine. So going to go 12.5 rebounds over Domantas Sabonis. And those are my 3 player props for tonight. Real quick, I wanted to get your thoughts. Another choke job from the Suns last night. I don't know if you stayed up and watched it, but Wembanyama, I mean, he just took over the quarter. I mean, when they switched him to the 4 to the 5 in the last quarter, he took over the game. And I don't like how who's the coach for the Suns? He was the Laker guy, Jersey guy.
Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel, he started screaming that there was a foul. No, it was just bully ball. He ripped him from KD, and that was it. First of all, me and you know this. We play basketball. Why the hell would you dribble into the corner on an inbound? You can't go anywhere. They trapped you. So I don't know. It's a choke job. This team has no defense. They should have won the game. It was actually very disappointing that they lost. But yeah, well, I want to get your thoughts real quick on that game.
Yeah, overall, to me, the biggest, I understand they lost. Spurs, Victor Wembanyama had 9 points in the fourth quarter to close it out. You know, Johnson with the big steal with the game winner deal. But my biggest takeaway from the game is the bench. Not the bench players, but who was on the bench. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal.
Still? You're telling me they haven't played, Elvis?
You know, I'm not going to call them out, but all I'm saying is Kevin Durant's played every game this season. I'm not going to say
we got to give him credit, though. Give credit to Kevin Durant. He's been playing.
He's played every game this season, so I'm not going to fault this team losing by 1 point to a young, pesky Spurs team. When they're down to two shooters, you can say, two top 10, top 15. Honestly, you can make the case 2 top 10 guards, you know? So, give credit to Kevin Durant playing game in, game out. But Bradley Beal, you probably got a sore back, so your excuse. But Devin Booker, bro, you gotta go out there and play with Kevin Durant, man. You can't be. I understand it's just the 4th game of the season, 3rd game of the season. But look at the Lakers last year, Dale. That team started 2-8, and it fought all season to catch back up just to make the play-in. Suns, I'm not saying that could happen to you, but all I'm saying is you better be careful because it can.
Yeah, some of these games are meaningful, especially to these young teams, and build chemistry because when they do come back, there's going to be some growing pains. And I like Chuck, I like Shaq, and all the ex-players coming out and saying, yo, no more of this. Like, these people, you have families. You and I know and a game is not cheap. So you bring your whole family to a game on a Tuesday night. It kind of sucks. Like, a team in San Antonio, tickets are probably a lot of money. You got Victor Wembanyama. They're in 20 primetime games this season against the Phoenix Suns.
Which was a primetime game.
Exactly. And then when you go, say you take your wife and your kids to a game and you're going to be like, hey, guys, we're going to go see fucking legend Hall of Famers. And then they sit. You're tight.
Yeah. Dale, I could give you a prime example. I could give you a personal story for myself. You know me, Dale. I come from I'm gonna say it, not the best background, but your boy was finally able to get some change together, saved up, And last year, guess what? I was like, I'm gonna go see LeBron. I'm gonna see one of my favorite players of all time. And LeBron and Anthony Davis came to Brooklyn, and guess what? They both sat down, and guess what? They wanted to play in the Madison Square Garden the following night. And I can't fault them. But at the end of the day, I'm just giving you from my personal experience.
Yeah,
I saved my money as a kid. I couldn't afford to go see LeBron. I couldn't afford to do nothing. So at this age, I'm like, I bet I'm gonna go see LeBron. And the fact that the first game I'm able to afford to actually go see him play, because come on, Lakers tickets ain't cheap now, people.
No, they're not.
The dude sits. That kind of sucks. At the end of the day, it sucks.
Yeah.
Tickets ain't cheap, and it sucks still. So I can only imagine what some of these Phoenix fans are feeling, because I'm a Nets fan, and I was like, AD and Brown not playing. They got me tight.
Yeah. I think one of the guy, he was low managing already, and I think the league tried to fine him. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I saw a story like that.
Bro, Jimmy Butler sucked the game 3 of the season, bro. Like, come on, what are you doing,
They fined him, right?
I'm not sure, but he did sit game 3 of the season. Like, what are you doing, bro?
And those are the type of people where Jimmy Butler's not hurt.
But that's the thing. At the end of the day, Jimmy Butler doesn't care. That's one thing I can honestly. He doesn't care about making All-NBA. He doesn't care about being the highest paid. He generally don't care. He's saving it to come playoff time. But these other players might generally care about being the highest paid, being All-NBA. But I know personally, Jimmy he doesn't care about Like,
Very
like Jimmy
unfortunate.
said it. If he makes it to the Hall of Fame, he's not even showing up to give a speech. He said it,
Wow.
not me. He said that.
Yeah. No, it's just very unfortunate because this team does have the potential to be all world class, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll see. I hope they do wind up playing soon because I want to see what it looks like when it's all put together and they're all on the court. But hopefully we'll see it soon. Let's go to the World Series. Let's go to the Diamond. Texas got a big win on the road, 10-0 on the road. They're just the road warriors. They don't lose on the road. Game 5 is tonight in Arizona. Let's see if they could keep the undefeated streak going and close it out for the first ever World Series for the Rangers. They've never won one. They will be out without Adolis Garcia. He hurt his hamstring making contact with the ball the other night. Max Scherzer is also out as well. So they were going to use him for Game 7 if it was to go Game 7. So they're down to one an everyday starter and one of their best pitchers, but Elvis will start here tonight. Zach Allen is going against your boy Nathan Eovaldi. It's a pick'em, -108, both sides at home. Do or die here for Arizona Diamondbacks. Down 3-1, over under is at 8.5. Elvis, are we popping champagne tonight?
Dill, I would like to, Dill, but I think the Diamondbacks, they fight back. They win tonight. The game goes over, and they pop bottles in 2 days on a Friday in Arlington, Dill. I think they do it right, win it in front of the home crowd, Dill. The Diamondbacks been pesky all season long. I understand the Rangers are undefeated this postseason on the road, Dill, but this Diamondbacks team, what they've been doing all season long, we saw them go down 2-0, getting smoked by the Phillies, and look what happened. So I just feel like they got smoked yesterday. They fought back late. They were down 10-0 after the third inning. So I just feel like Arizona is going to fight with some adversity tonight. I feel like they got punched in their mouth yesterday. They're going to do the punching today. And I also like the over. I think every game this series has went over besides Game 3.
Yeah, besides Game 3, the one I took the over on, of course.
That's how it be,
Like
so
that.
I'm going to lean the over as well, though. We saw 10 runs get scored in the first 3 innings just by one team yesterday, Dill. I'll say at least 10 get scored combined throughout 9 tonight, Dill. So give me the over. I'm going to lean. Honestly, give me the over officially. And then I think Arizona wins the game -110 on the money line.
Yeah, the if you just looked at the box score and didn't really watch the game last night, you're like, oh, it was closer than it was. No, they scored all those runs late in the 9th inning. I mean, the game was 10-0 at one point.
They had me pitching they had me closing the game out.
Yeah, they didn't really care. They knew they won the game. So, yeah, I agree. On the side, I took Arizona. I think they should be the short favorite. Do or die. They're gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. They're literally gonna do anything to win this one game. It's do or die from here on out. I think at home they break the curse. I do think they win. Let's just be honest. By the way, Texas will probably win. Corey Seager's gonna get MVP. This man is fucking raking the ball. Another two-run shot last night. I'm going to go over 1.5 total bases. It's at -120, but he's cleared this number in 4 of his last 5 games. During that stretch, he's averaging 4.2 total bases, and he's against the righty this today in Zach Allen. He's hitting .334 off of righties this year. I like Corey Seager to go over 1.5 total bases. Ketel Marte, he's on a 15-game hitting streak. Every game in the postseason, he's had a single. So hopefully that continues. You got to see greatness. And to be honest, I was looking at Zach Allen under 15.5 outs. I just think if he does get into trouble, I think the plug is going to be very quick on him because they can't afford to throw him 4 or 5 innings and it's 4-5-1. Like they got to be on the lookout for that. So because this offense is hot right now. Nathan Eovaldi, I was looking at his strikeouts. 4.5 seems very low. He's only gone under this one time this postseason. He's had 8 strikeouts against the Rays, 7 against Baltimore, 9 against Houston, 8 against Arizona Diamondbacks. He's only gone under this one time, and it was against Houston. So I think he's been averaging 7.2 strikeouts in the postseason. 4.5 seems kind of disrespectful. I know they're going to be aggressive at the bat, but at the plate, but I'm going to go Corey as official plays. Diamondbacks on the money line. Nathan Eovaldi over 4.5 strikeouts, and I'm going to go Corey Seager over 1.5 total
Dill.
bases. Yeah.
It sounds to me as a fan / sports betting guy, this is the last game. That's what it sounds like, Dill. You got the pitcher under outs. That means he's pitching 2-3 innings. You got the over. You got Corey Seager over 1.5. People,
I did have Diamondbacks money line.
Dude, I'm just telling you how your play is playing out. You know, Corey Seager hits a double or a home run. The pitcher only pitches 3 innings. It's only a combination is going to lead up to one thing, Dale.
Yeah, could definitely blow up in my face.
I'm just letting you know how your play coming out.
So I do think, like I said, I took the Diamondbacks. I do think they should be the short favorite. I think we're getting a discounted rate or odds at -108 there. So that's why I'm on the D-backs. My heart wants the series to continue, but I'm having my doubts. I do think it might be over. By the way, you saw big 4-3. Did we talk about that throwing the first pitch out? Yeah,
come on now.
George
yeah,
Bush.
big 4-3.
Yeah, my bad. I just saw the video again. I was like, I don't know if we discussed it here. But yeah, no, he's a legendary pitcher. Any last words, E, or any additional bets? Oh, by the way, I forgot. Friday's the start of the in-season tournament. All stats are regular season stats. Now, it would be amazing if James Harden took over and they won the in-season tournament because, you know, it's a regular season. It has nothing to do with playoffs. So, you know, I think the Clippers could actually be live for the in-season tournament. Knicks, we're game 1 against the Bucks.
Dude, I'll tell you what. The Clippers are live for the in-season tournament. You know why? No, for all jokes aside. Health. No, seriously.
No,
the Suns, Book and Bill not playing. They're not playing. They didn't play
yesterday.
No
one knows why.
As of right now, they didn't play yesterday, so they might not play Friday. Right? As of right now, James Harden is healthy. James Harden should be at 110%, people, by the way. Russ is healthy. Kawhi's healthy, and Paul George is healthy. Ty Lue's top 5 coach, maybe top 3. They might win it. I might have to put a tickle in.
I'm telling you.
You made the case, though. I'm not gonna lie to the Clippers.
I'm telling you, Clippers
for the in-season tournament, they might have it.
They got it. That's my team. I'm telling you. Honestly, I said it as a joke, but the more I'm talking myself.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It
makes sense.
I pick OKC and the Kings and Timberwolves. By the way,
OKC's been playing really well too.
I know.
I like that.
Over.
Yeah. But E, thank you so much. That's going to do it for this Wednesday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself. We'll see you guys Saturday morning. We'll recap Thursday Night Football. We got college plays. LSU Bama week. Can't wait for that. We got week 9 in the NFL, early start time. They are in Germany, so make sure it's going to be a loaded episode on Saturday. Make sure you guys follow along our social media, Instagram and X at The Dream Wager. If you missed our episodes, no problem. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live on YouTube every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So subscribe, rate, give us a review. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.